What's good, y'all? Sneak_804. Today we're gonna be reviewing my whip. It's a 2011 RS Camaro 2LT. So let's get straight into this thing, man. That's right, I did say RS. It's a V6, not the V8. I know some people gonna be asking, man, if you're gonna cop a Camaro, why you copping the V6? Why you not copping the V8? You know what I mean? And just stay tuned for my next video where I'm gonna be explaining that more in detail. Just to give y'all a little bit. I bought this car for me, not to impress anybody else. But like I said, I'll be coming out with another video to dive into that more in depth. But this is just a review, so we're gonna get into it. So like I said, this is the RS 2LT V6. Even though this is a V6, this comes stock with, I believe, it's like 312 horsepower, and the torque is like I want to say 270 something, 280 something. So for me, this is really this is the fastest car I've had. You know what I mean? I'm not that old, so this is the fastest car that I've owned. I've driven scat packs and stuff like that, and I've driven cars that have been tuned up to be pretty fast. But this 312 horsepower is not a if you're not used to driving fast cars, it's nothing to slack or laugh about. You know what I mean? 312 is very decent. The color, Synergy green, I love it. Green is my favorite color, you know what I mean? And also this car came stock just all the way green, you know what I mean? I'll do another video talking about so far the modifications that I've made to this car. And all of these modifications that I've done to this car, I've done myself. I haven't took them anywhere or had anybody else do them for me. Any car that I get, I like to put my own touch on things. So just know that everything that I've done in this car, I have actually done it myself. Alright, so great car, you know what I mean? I have no complaints. This car has no issues with it. I've had no issues with it. Great sports car, gets a lot of looks, for being a Camaro, and especially because of the color. This Synergy green color only came out for 2 years, I believe. So to find the stock green, this Synergy green color is kind of rare. There's only a certain number that was made, and then they stopped. They I don't know if you want to say discontinued, because I mean you have the paint number, but they stopped painting Camaros this color. Of course, the the newer year models, they did end up coming out with a different color green, but in my opinion, I don't like that green as much as this green. Call me biased, whatever. So we're gonna step up in this thing right quick, and as you step up in this thing, turn this up. All right, so as you step up in here, you know what I mean, it's technically they say that this is meant to seat 4. Oh, that's just the homie right there. Don't worry about her, you know what I mean? We're out the way. So this is supposed to seat 4. You got your 2 seats up front, past the driver and passenger. Then in the back, say this is 2 seats, 1, 2, and this is not technically a seat. Someone can sit there, but it's not technically a seat, so I wouldn't recommend doing it. It doesn't have a seat belt for the center position. Alright, like I said, for my car, I have the 2LT package, which is pretty much their premium package. Comes with premium auto for the car. This car does have the heads-up display. It's not on right now, so you're not gonna be able to see it. But there's a little adjuster for it to put it up and down. You also have Bluetooth connectivity to your phone to be able to play music and stuff like that. What else? It does not have a sunroof. That's when I bought this car, that was the only thing that I, you know, if I could add just one more thing to this car, it would be that sunroof, and I would be completely happy. But like I said, I'm gonna do another video, you know, pretty much talking about why I chose a V6, but more specifically this car. You know what I mean? If this car was not what it was, if it wasn't green, if it, you know what I mean, wasn't the price that it was, then I might have gotten something else. But like I said, that's gonna be in another video. So down here, you know, you got your gauge clusters, oil pressure, oil temperature, you got your transmission temperature and volts right there. This is the automatic, not a manual. And so yeah, just looking at your center right here, the one thing you will note is your unlock and lock buttons are right here in the center and not on the side. All you got is your windows right there and your side mirror adjustability. So just know that to lock and unlock your car from inside, you either, you know, you're pressing your key fob or it's here in the center. That does, you know, when I first got into this car, that kind of messed me up a little bit, but there you go. And you can see everything else laid out. There's a, you know, nice little display here. Not a big navigation screen or anything like that, but hey, it's all good with me. So glove box right here. You can lock it, decent size. I can show you everything I got up in there. I'm looking at that, the registration now, but there you go. These little slots on both sides of the doors. I use those come in handy. So you got cup holders. I keep changing this part, a little ball. You know, I'll move this around, but two cup holders. All right, center console. You got a decent little amount of space up in here. You know what I mean? It goes a little deep, but you got stuff in here. You know what I mean, at the bottom. So it's a decent space. See the size of it, and in depth. See where we're at. So, you know, not the hugest, but definitely not the smallest that I've seen. All right, so next we're gonna talk about how much space is up in this thing. You know, sitting up here in the front seat, it's not bad for me. I'm 6 feet, about 195-pound male, you know, athletic, muscular type build. So, you know, for me, I do have these seats all the way back, and that's generally how I keep it positioned, all the way back. And then I'll just adjust the tilt on it however I feel. But you know, I keep it all the way back. That leaves me with comfortable leg space so that my legs don't get cramped up or anything like that. You know, and it's comfortable for me to drive like this for a pretty long time. I mean, the longest trip that I've made in my car has been about 7 or 8 hours, you know what I mean? And it wasn't horrible. My legs, you know, my knees started to get a little bit, you know, locked up at a while in, but you know, get out, stretch your legs out if you need to. So yeah, you know, the spacing, it's works for me. You're 6 feet. If you're taller than that, then I don't know if this would be for you. Like I said, I'm 6 feet. If you're 6 feet or smaller, then you know, you should be able to drive this car comfortably. If you're taller than that, you may have issues driving a long distance. Just some other stuff you can see. You got auto lights, but you can turn them to manual if you want. Vents over here, circular, and you got the horizontal ones in the middle, and then another circular one over there in the passenger side seat. Your gauge cluster, your RPMs, and let's see, there you go. Your miles per hour goes up to 160. So yeah, it's the highest I've ever got this car up to on a track, of course, was about 124, 125. You know, and that gunned it for a little bit, and then I, you know, just let off of it. I didn't want to just keep going like that. Plus, it was coming up on a turn, so I gunned it and let off. So yeah, highest I've got is 120. I'm sorry, 125. So the one thing I will say is these mirrors up here are, you know, just slides I'll do like that, but they're pretty slim. You know what I mean? You see, I put up 3 fingers, and that's how tall these mirrors are. You know, so that you know, could maybe be a little bit bigger. Maybe they could have filled it out to, you know, a little bit more on this panel, but whatever, it works for me. You know, both of these swing open to the side if you want to do that. One thing I do will note is that it does, even if you don't have the sunroof, it does come with programmable buttons right here, and these are functional buttons. They just don't do anything right now. I have heard, I got a buddy that works in the shop, and they said they could, if I wanted to, cut a sunroof in here and then, you know, link it to these buttons to program it. So that was a consideration at one point, but at this point now, I'm just like, whatever, you know what I mean? I may still decide to do it one day, but then again, I may leave this car how it is and trade it in to get something else. I'm not 100% sure yet. Alright, next thing we're gonna do is hop in the back seat and show y'all how it feels being in the back 6 feet. Oh, and to let these seats up, the easy lift is right here. You just boom, pull it up and go straight forward. So yeah, hop up in here, and just for reference, I pulled the passenger seat all the way up, and as you can see, I got, you know, I'm sitting all the way back. I got some space. This seat is all the way up. I left my driver's seat all the way back. This is my windshield reflector cover. I move that out of the way. So I'm gonna try to slide over here just to kind of show y'all the difference between having it all the way up, like I said, I'm 6 feet, and having this seat all the way back. Damn, yeah, all the way back, I'm not fitting behind this seat, man. There's no way, you know what I mean? I got this leg, this knee tucked in this corner, but there's no way that I'm able to get my foot over, my other foot over this and sit behind here, man. So, you know, if you're looking at this car, just know that you have minimal back seat space. You know what I mean? If you get a car like this, you shouldn't at least be expecting to use your back seats for a whole lot, for, you know, to get people around. I have had, you know, adults in my back seat and everything like that, you know what I mean? But I definitely wouldn't want to cram 4 people in this car going a long journey. Me myself, I don't really like driving with a whole lot of people in my car anyway, you know what I mean? It's pretty much me and my lady. We don't have kids, but kids can fit back here better, you know what I mean? Because obviously they're smaller. So just one thing to note if you're looking at this width. One more thing to note, since it's V6, but you know, you still have your sport mode. That's this M right here, you know what I mean? And I find myself 90% of the time driving in sport mode, and my traction control off. And pretty much what that does, it just allows for quicker response time when you put your foot on the pedal. The exhaust does sound louder. This is a V6, and I haven't modified the exhaust or anything like that, so you know what I mean, it's not super loud or anything. But when I got it in sport mode, traction control off, and I put my foot on the pedal, let off, you know what I mean, it is a, you know what I mean, people do look, you know what I mean. So just wanted to know that. All right, now let's check out this trunk space. Oh yeah, trunk button right there, or you can hit it on your key fob. All right. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me down below. Subscribe to the channel. I got a whole lot of dope stuff coming for y'all, from cars to eating healthy to there's a whole lot of straight guns and goon shit, man. So go ahead and subscribe, get in tune, man. And while you at it, go ahead and follow me, hit me up on social media. Instagram is all the same, sneak_804. My Snapchat is sneak_804. My Twitter, sneak_804. Squawk. RVA, baby. Alright, yo. Oh yeah, and one more shout out to ODU too. So we open this up. Like I said, this is my daily used car, so I do got some stuff over there that I pretty much keep linked up to this side. So you know, just ignore that. But you can kind of see how much space we got going on. It is more of a drop-in trunk, you know what I mean? So as long as you can drop it in, it's plenty of space back here, you know what I mean? This is pretty it's a good amount of space. So like I said, I keep stuff over here, but just kind of ignore that for now. So very good space, especially for a sports car, you know what I mean? I could fit all types of stuff in here. And also, if you got something really long, you can let your back seats down, and that whole space right there, you'll have that open up so it go through your car. So that's one more thing, man. And like I said, man, I've thoroughly enjoyed this car. It's been great to me. It's been very fun, and I've loved it, you know what I mean? If you're a Camaro owner, if you're looking to get a Camaro, you know what I mean, consider a RS 2LT. That's what I got. Like I said, the RS is the V6, and the 2LT, that's the pretty much the premium, you know what I mean, car packages. So comes with the leather seats, the premium audio, the Bluetooth, the heads-up display, everything like that. You know what I mean? And if you're not into it, oh well, check me on the next video. Sneak_804. I'm out. Squawk.